Another set of numbers shows the lingering health risks and real danger left by the bomb cyclone. First responders are starting to tally up the kinds of emergency calls that they've answered.
Fox 13's Lauren Donovan spoke with Eastside Fire, and they say they received more than 250 calls for downed trees since Tuesday.
And then on top of that, an additional 70+ calls for service related to generator issues like fires they've caused or carbon monoxide poisoning. And as you can see, crews have showed up here in numbers. What a showing from PSE, working to get the lights back on, stop those generators from running. Hundreds of folks out here in Miramont remain in the dark, just waiting for them to make progress.
On our street, there are about 5 or 6 trucks.
Monday, bucket trucks rolled up in numbers. When we were here Friday, power lines were every which way. Trees careened over the road. Most of that has since been chopped up, but as Karen Rudolph from Miramont will tell you, there's still work yet to be done.
It's massive. So we're 6 days in and still no power.
Karen and her family are using the light they've got to haul away as much debris as they can. The county has been providing these dumpsters, but there are concerns local dumps will soon be overwhelmed. Would you believe that with all the debris that came down?
Oh, yes. I mean, every person that lives in Miramont probably has at least 5 loads. You know, and if they don't have a truck, how are they going to move all this stuff?
King County issued an emergency proclamation, making way for bankrolling crews on overtime and removing waste.
And this is a natural disaster right here.
Deputy Chief Doug McDonald with Eastside Fire and Rescue agrees.
Bordering on what we call, 80 miles an hour is a Class 1 hurricane. As far as the damage goes, it's catastrophic.
Doug spent 34 years as a firefighter on the east side and tells me in all that time,
honestly, this is in the top 2 of my career. I really called it a career call for us. Seeing the devastation down in Issaquah, Sammamish, Mercer Island.
He agrees. What you see in Miramont is some of the worst of it. Eastside firefighters were dispatched to that community south of Tiger Mountain early this morning to extinguish a shed on fire. Fighting this one was challenging because access to water is limited and there's a lot of brush.
It sounds like there was a generator operating, but I can't say definitively that was the case.
Doug says in the last 6 days, his colleagues have responded to a staggering 70 calls for service from generator fires and carbon monoxide concerns. Each call ties up 8 to 9 firefighters at a time.
And at times we had multiple fires going on at the same time, so it impacted the region.
From what we've seen here in Miramont, just about every other house has a tarp on it. There's still a lot of work to be done, and you'll see signs all over this neighborhood advertising tree removal crews or roofers. We're hearing reports of potential price gouging, so I've put into a call into the Attorney General's office to see if they're hearing that same thing. Now, we do know that local government is taking action here in King County. 2 council members have proposed legislation that would help ease the financial burden of some of this cleanup. We're talking covering the cost of generator fuel, your stay at the hotel, or getting any of these limbs out of your yard, off your home. Reporting in Miramont, Lauren Donovan, Fox 13 News.